Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome to another world tour. Another 100-day casual hardcore Minecraft world tour. This world, it's still legitimate hardcore mode world. I still haven't died in this one, even though there's no way for me to prove it to you. You'll just have to take my word for it. We are on day 100 right now, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, well, okay, 99 days played. We're exactly on day 100 right now. And yeah, this world is called the Timeless World. You can see that's the origin obelisk. I built an origin obelisk in this one. I kind of decided to start out a little bit of a distance away from where the buildings are, where the things are at that I wanted to show, because I wanted a kind of a slow reveal for you guys of this world. So I kind of just wanted to chat with you for a minute before I actually get started, get into the world tour. So the way this world came about is I wanted a fresh start. I wanted something new, but I also wanted to make a world that I would keep, which is kind of how it generally and typically goes, right? This was supposed to be a forever world, just like every other hardcore Minecraft world I ever started. But I think what happened was, so the Peony World, remember the last world tour I did? So in that world, I got kind of discouraged by the lack of iron up on top of the donut that I was working on, the donut plateau, if you recall. And the little starter house I built in it wasn't quite exactly. It was. Once I updated it, it worked out fine. I was happy with it. But at first, I was the bedroom. I kept having to walk on top of lids of barrels, and I did not like how that worked out. I had to completely redo the second floor of the little tiny house in it before it was livable for me. So I was a bit discouraged with that world. I ended up coming back to it and getting it to day 100, but not before I got to day 100 in this one. And I also just wanted to say a little bit about how I ended up with like 5 worlds that are at day 100. What's going on is I really wanted to prove myself to you guys. I really wanted to wait to do these world tours until I had a world that in my let's plays, in my long play let's play series. I wanted to at least have one world in which I made it all the way to day 100 in one of those, in a recorded Let's Play series. I wanted to get to day 100 in hardcore mode, just to prove it to the world that I can do it. Because I figured that before that happens, I'm not. It's why, how is anybody going to believe that I made it to day 100 in any one of these worlds? And that's why I ended up. I'd get to day 100 in one of these worlds, and then I'm like, well, I can do the world tour now, but nobody's going to believe me because I still haven't gotten to day 100 in my recorded playthrough yet. So I ended up with I started just starting over and going to and playing another world to day 100, and that's how I ended up with 5 of these. But also, kind of just wanted a fresh start. I wanted a new world. The Peony World wasn't really working out very well. Another world that I was in, I actually was past day 100, but I wasn't really. I started on some big builds that were kind of wearing me out, so I wasn't really feeling up for. I just wanted something new. I wanted a fresh start, but I also wanted a world that I would keep, a world that I would keep playing in indefinitely. This was supposed to be my forever world. That is why it's called the Timeless World. It was also supposed to be a world in which I rushed myself even less. The objective for me always is to just avoid the rush. I like to just take it slow in Minecraft in general, but I found myself just never really having enough of that sentiment. I wanted to take things slower and slower and slower. And this one, I called it the Timeless World because I just wanted to feel like, I just really wanted to emphasize that sentiment. That there's really just nothing there's no rush whatsoever. I didn't care how much I got accomplished. If I ended up spending 100 days chopping trees, I was going to do that. And I did end up spending a lot of time chopping trees. Actually, I spawned in an old growth birch biome, which is great. Not this biome, if you can tell, is not the old growth birch biome. This is a swamp biome, and actually, it completely surrounds the old growth birch biome. The old growth birch biome over there. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything. The old growth birch biome is in the middle of a larger swamp biome. It's surrounded by swampland. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Let's put that lily back. Yeah, I'm just kind of just trying to get back to the land there, but I'm trying not to reveal anything prematurely because I'm trying to save it. I'm trying to save it for a moment, the reveal moment, right? So I'm just going around my 4 cornerstones. I only have 4 cornerstones in this world because I basically I spawned within the origin map, you know, between 64 and minus 64 in all directions, and I kind of stayed within that square for the entire duration. So I only have the four cornerstones that are around the corners of the origin map, which is in the southeastern quadrant. And this is where I got the food that I ate. Basically this was my food supply, because you don't get apples from birch trees. Basically what I ended up doing, I ended up chopping down all of the small birch trees. That's what I do in the tall birchwood biomes. I chop down all of the small birch trees and leave the tall ones, because I basically thin down the forest. That's exactly what I do in the regular forest biomes also. But anyways, because it was birch trees, you don't get any apples from those. So I kept coming over here to get fish. And as a matter of fact, I still have fish. I still have 7 cooked salmon that I still haven't eaten up. Still got that going on, even though I actually have a wheat farm now. So yeah, I guess it's time to actually show you guys what I ended up with. So I ended up with lots and lots of birch wood, because I ended up chopping lots and lots of birch trees. So basically, I wanted to chop down all of the birch trees. I went full Nazi on the small birch trees in that biome. All of the small birch trees were chopped down. Also with the grass. I went full Nazi on the grass again, just like I did in the generic world. There's no tough grass. That's how you know that around here I haven't really played much. I haven't really done much with the spawn biome. Keep wanting to say spawn biome. The swamp biome. The surrounding swamp biome. I haven't really done much with it. I just kind of went around it. But I didn't really do much with it. Oh, there's the other cornerstone. I was looking for that one. Hey, pig. Still got the 1.20 pigs. I know that you might be, by the time you were watching this, the game might have already updated to the new, the 21.5 pigs. There's like 3 different pigs now. I still got the OG pigs in this one. This world definitely, I guess I started in it when I was still 1.20. So there's still OG wolves in it somewhere. Anyways, all right, I guess it's time to show you guys what I got. So anyways, I ended up with lots and lots of birch wood, and I decided to make houses out of the birch wood. Right? I know you guys always wanted to do that too. Haven't you always? Isn't that like a fantasy that everybody that plays Minecraft always has, to eventually make a house exclusively out of birch wood? That's what I did. I have 2 houses. All right. All right. I guess it's time. It's time for the reveal moment. All right. Here we go. Close your eyes. Here we go. There's 2 of them. Birch tree houses. Yeah, I ended up with 2 houses. They're made entirely out of birch wood. Unfinished birch wood. And yeah, I thought it'd be really cool to have birch trees growing up from the top too. I really like how the houses turned out. This one was kind of narrow and small. Basically, what I wanted to do with this world, I wanted to double down on the idea that the places in the world where you see the holes where the mine entrances are, where there's entrances into the ground, there's holes in the ground where the cave entrances are, those to me are excellent spots to use as building locations, because then you end up with cave entrances in your basement. And that's exactly what I have going on over here. And that's why there's 2 of them too, because there were 2 holes in the ground, 2 cave entrances in this world. And since it's completely surrounded by the swamp biome, I have frogs in my old growth birch biome. There's a bunch of them. There's like 4 or 5 frogs around here. There's another one. Woo! I love these frogs. And they like to hang out by the house here because it's kind of at the elevated location, and the animals kind of get drawn to elevated locations. So yeah, I finally built myself a wheat farm, so I have a steady food supply now. I just got started on the sugarcane farm. It's really not. I haven't even planted all of it yet. I guess I can do that now. Oh yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll plant that one too. There we go. It's now it's complete. Now I have completed the row of sugarcane. My first row of sugarcane. The wheat farm isn't ready for harvesting yet. I'm not going to do that yet. All right, and it's time to go sleep real quick. I'll sleep outside. I wanted to show this house first. This was kind of the smaller house. I'm gonna sleep out here. This is my starting camp. I spent a lot of time before I built any of these houses. I spent like the first 50 or 60 days without a house, without much of a shelter. I just had this, you know. At least I had the foliage covering the bed, so I didn't have to sleep in the rain. But you know, it wasn't. My feet were getting soaked. So over here is the starter camp, and I have a lot of the flags going on, a lot of the banners, the ominous banners going on, because I kept getting attacked. I had so many attacks, so many freaking illager attacks. So I got lots of these banners everywhere, all over the place, hanging. I like to hang them up on these trees. I really freaking like the old growth birch biomes because they have this liminal sense to them to me, because it's so there's a creepiness to it, to being surrounded by tall birch trees everywhere. And I guess this isn't a very big biome, and it's completely surrounded by swamp, so it doesn't feel like it just goes on infinitely. So there's not really that much of it. So this is basically it. It's just like a fairly small old growth birch tree biome, but it's completely surrounded by swamp. And I thought that was pretty neat and unique. So I really like this. I really like this world. It really grew on me. And I got this what is that? Is that peony? I think that those are peonies. Yeah, the peony patch over there. But I already had a Peony World, so I had to call this something else. Timeless World it is. So yeah, let me show you this house first. I haven't moved anything, and I still have all of my stuff in these chests. I built the houses, and then I still haven't actually moved all of my stuff in yet. That just shows you how recently I actually built this stuff. I still got the dirts and the saplings there, and this is what I have left of the birch trees. I cut down so many freaking birch trees, and this is still a good bunch. I still have a good bunch of birch logs. But you can only imagine how much I used to have. But anyways, I did get a bunch of iron from the caves, the surrounding caves. And I didn't even go very far into the caves. There was a good bunch of iron. And then, yeah, this is just building stuff. And then over here, I think it's like the drops chest and like the special stones, some fancy stones. And yeah, that's all I have. That's it. That's all of my belongings so far. I haven't got any diamonds yet. I don't have the enchantment table going on. I don't have and the cow farm. I don't even have the cow farm going on. I barely got the wheat farm going, so at least I don't have to go over to the lake to fish for fish. I was just hunting fish down with my axe before I had the wheat farm, and I haven't even started eating bread yet. I still have some fish left over. Anyways, but this is kind of like a mine head building. There isn't really, it does have a bed in it. I'm thinking I might end up with a villager in it. I might bring a villager, because this could be occupied by a villager very easily. He wouldn't be able to go very far out, but he's not, he's got plenty of outdoor space over here. He's going to come down here and breathe some fresh air. I think a villager would very much like to live in this house. And yeah, it goes down into the caves. Now over here, there's not really much. You can't go down very far into the caves. It kind of ends in the ceiling up here. And it's very dangerous. You can definitely fall down in here if you're not careful. But yeah, I haven't really explored the caves over here. The down below, it's completely unexplored. But there was this opening into the ceiling of these caves over here. And there's it looks like there's some abandoned mine shaft down there. Yeah, pretty neat dripstone caves going on down here that I haven't explored at all yet. The villager wouldn't be able to go down there. He'd just be kind of hanging out over here, looking down into the abyss. So anyways, and then over top here, I had a couple stories. I wanted to, because one was just like, there's just not very much room. Like there's just not very much space. I wanted at least 2 stories. So I had this. There's not really much going on over here at all. It's just kind of an observation deck. You can just sort of hang out here and look around, I guess. And I like to do that sometimes. It's a very good observation deck. And then above here we actually have a bed. There is actually an actual bed, and the villager wouldn't be able to climb up here. Like they can't get up on the ladder. Not if it's like elevated 1 block off the ground. If it's like directly on the ground, they can climb it. But it wasn't going to be. The villager can't climb this ladder. So this is kind of a private. Your private penthouse lounge over here. And it's the same kind of design that I like a lot, where you have a glass ceiling, completely glass ceiling. I love being able to watch the sun and the moon and through the glass ceiling in my bedrooms. And I have like one chest over here, just one chest. So because that's all I have space for. I don't have. There's no more room because I like having glass windows all around the walls. And it was just such an excellent spot to have these glass windows. It's just such beautiful views all around. So I decided, screw it. I know I'm going to build another house anyways. So this is just going to be kind of like a villager house where I'm not really going to spend much time in. There's nothing in this chest. It's just the decorative. But I wanted to have at least one chest over here. So that's that one. And that's it. That's all the storage I really feel like I need up here. I'm not really going to be using this building very much. And then you can climb up on the rooftop, hang out on the rooftop. So yeah, it's pretty neat. I like this house. I like this house a lot. Although it's not really where I'm going to be spending much time in. It's just I'll probably bring a villager down here. Oops, darn it! Come on, getting jinxed there by the trapdoor. All right. So there's that one, and then I built a second house because there was another cave opening over here. And that's kind of how I'm going to roll in this world. I want to build structures on top of cave openings, and these were the two cave openings around here. So I built one on top of that one, and there was another cave opening over here. And this house also turned out very well. This is my main house, and I still haven't moved in. As I said, all of those chests are empty. I've very recently actually got to completing the builds. I spent 50, 60 days chopping trees down and breaking down the grass tufts. But I also really like the landscaping, how the farm really kind of fits in with the terrain, and I really like how there's like these the stairs going up on that layer, and then I'm not sure, there's probably going to be a fence running down over here. I'm not sure where the cow farm's going to go. Perhaps just right here, right in the middle, right in front of the house. I'm not sure yet. I haven't figured that out yet. It's kind of the next step. Let's go inside. And this is the main level, the first level. Once again, I have these massive panoramic windows, which I just love so much. Especially, I ended up doing corner windows over here. Corner windows are great. If you have a building like this where it's just fitting to have the storage or whatever you want in the middle, and then if you can do corner windows, you should try to do it every now and then. Because they just work out so well, especially with the continuity mod, where I think Optifine also does this, where you don't see the completely unbearable squares in your windows. I don't understand how anybody plays with that. You just can't do it. After you switch over to continuity, you can't ever go back because it just makes the night and day difference. This should be a vanilla option. They should have this as part of the vanilla game. And then once everybody had this option, everybody would just switch over to having windows like this, unless you really want the classic feel, I guess. But it's just the squares are so obstructive. I can't stand them. But this is just amazing. I love this. I love having these windows, and it's just seamless. The corner becomes seamless. It's great. It's great at night where you get to just watch the mobs hang out outside. You can just go back and forth between the two sides. And then the storage area, it's not very much. I just have these 3 chests, and I have some more chests upstairs, but you don't really need a whole lot of storage anyways. There's room for storage down in the basement. So I'm not too worried about that. And here's the bedroom. The bedroom also has the glass windows going on. Now here, for the first time, I decided to have a 6-block floor instead of a 5-block floor. This not the first floor though. The first floor was a 5-block floor, and that's because I needed that floor. I wanted it to be level with the floor of the first building, and that's why I really couldn't raise it any higher. But I decided I do want to start doing 6-block floors, and this is kind of where this building is where I made up my mind about that. I decided that starting with this world, I started doing 6-block high, 6-block tall windows, and I did that with that one too. With that other building, it also has 6-block tall windows because 6-block tall stories. 5 blocks doesn't feel like it's roomy enough, especially when you have full blocks as the ceiling. When you have the slabs as a ceiling, it still feels roomy enough because you can place a torch in the 4th block from the floor, and it still feels roomy enough. But when you're having to place a torch down on the 3rd block, and you have the ceiling down along the 5th block, it starts to feel like the ceilings are too not tall enough, too short. But with 6 blocks, it feels roomy enough. It feels like you have plenty. It's like 14-foot ceilings. It's great. And then, yeah, just a little bit more storage here. Nothing in this chest. I haven't moved in yet at all. Three more storage chests. Little storage chest over here for the goodies. And, yeah, it's a lovely spot to sleep. I was kind of, I wasn't sure about having the bed propped up against the glass like this. I generally try to avoid this, but there was just absolutely nowhere else to put it, and I really wanted to have the sunset view. It's not really much of a sunset view. It's kind of obstructed by the canopy, but it's still a sunset view nevertheless. And so it works. It's all right. And you can hang out and watch the moonrise too. And I guess I could climb up to the top floor too, just to give you guys a preview of what it's like from the patio. It's lovely up on the patio. I decided to have the birch trees. I wanted to complete the birch trees, plant some birch trees on top of these birchwood pillars, and then I thought it would look really cool with birch trees kind of growing out of the birchwood walls, I guess, of the building. So it kind of looks like the entire building is kind of like the birch tree, and it just completes at the top with these two with these branches of it. So yeah, it's great at night to just hang out up here and watch the mobs. And look, oh, new moon! Isn't that prophetic? It's great when you encounter these tiny, mystically significant coincidences where I get to see a new moon and right during the world tour. Or I don't know, maybe that's not a coincidence. Does a new moon always happen on day 100? Probably. That's probably always the case. I'm not sure. So yeah, there's that, and I really like how these trees came out. And then I got the chimney going on over here. I did already start doing the chimneys when I got to this world. I think I must have already played a little bit in the nameless world, perhaps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at what point I was actually playing this world, but there's a creeper. So that pretty much wraps it up. I guess I can show you guys the basement of this. As I said, I haven't really gotten very far down into the caves, though. You know, the caves are not really like there's another cave that was over there that I'm not going to show you guys because I don't have anything built up on top of that one yet. The hole there is pretty big, so it would require a pretty large build. But down here, this is what I'm talking about, where you have the cave entrance basically right in your basement, and there you go. Now you have caves. And over here, I could do some storage. I'm probably going to end up putting up maps up here, though. This is excellent place for maps or like some paintings, perhaps, like paintings on that wall, perhaps. But this would be a great spot for a map, I'm thinking. And up here, maybe. I'm not really sure. There's not really that much space. Maybe not. Because I don't like it when the maps go all the way up to the block. I want them to be completely surrounded, completely framed by blocks all the way around the map. So I'm actually not sure if it's the best for maps. Maybe paintings, maybe like small paintings. I'm not sure. I really haven't thought about that very much yet. But anyways, down here we got the caves, cave system. Nice cave system. And you can come over here and peer down. Once again, I haven't explored the caves very far yet. The mobs can't reach me up here, so it's pretty safe to just hang out right here and look around. But it's a really neat looking cave system. It's gonna be fun actually exploring it. It's big. It's a death sentence cave. I don't really want to go in there until I have 8 points of blast protection on my armor, because things will drop down on you from the sky, from the ceiling, if you don't have a way to start from the top and light up all of the little nooks and crannies where the creepers can jump down on you from. Yeah, this doesn't really go anywhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. I think it just ends in a dead end. This is where I got most of the iron from this little cave over here. So yeah, I got a cave system in my basement, which is great. And from here on, basically, I'm pretty sure that's how I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna always just build things on top of caves, at least after the starter house. Like, it might make sense to build a starter house just on somewhere flat, just in a place where it will be convenient to build a farm, just to get yourself going fast. It's good to have a house going, a small house, to build a little small house first thing. It kind of took me a long time to actually build these houses, but that's why I called it the Timeless World. I wanted to take my time with things. Really didn't want to rush anything. I really like how the origin monument turned out there. The cobblestone pillar there. That's where the origin of the map is. I guess I can just fly around a little bit while I talk a little bit more from the top. I'll just go hang out on the glass ceiling, the patio, and just talk a little bit while I fly around. You always want to look up when you're doing that, just to make sure you don't intersect. Your line of sight doesn't accidentally intersect with Enderman, and then he'll because your line of sight still triggers Enderman when you're flying around in FreeCam mod. So yeah, there's what it looks like from the if you're just flying around. Great sights. But yeah, this I guess I wanted to talk about this. This is the pillar, the origin monument. In some of my worlds, I like to do this. I mean, I basically always end up doing this eventually. It's just that sometimes you don't start right around the origin. Sometimes you start like a few hundred blocks away. But in this one, the map is right around the origin. Like this is the coordinates origin at 0, 0. And then the map origin is over there. That's where we started. That's minus 64. That's the northwest. Yeah, that's the map origin. And that's it. I have the four cornerstones. Only have 4 cornerstones in this world. Unlike the 19 I have in the generic world, or like the 16 cornerstones that I have going on in the Peony World. And then I have 2 more worlds for you guys. I have 2 more worlds in which I got to day 100 already. And then there's two other worlds after that, in which I got past day 100. I got one world at 200, one day at 400, and then I'm actually back to playing in the generic world. Now that I've completed the world tour in that one, I wanted to continue playing in it. I might get to day 200 in the generic world before I show you all of the 100-day worlds that I have going on. Well, that's about it. There's not really a whole lot. The terrain is not super impressive around the sea. I mean, there's some decent hills, but they're nothing extreme. There's no like super tall mountains around. It's pretty. The seed itself, it's not all that impressive. It was just really cool that it was an old growth birch tree biome surrounded by swamp, and I didn't want to reroll. I like to take whatever the world gives me, whatever the spirit of Minecraft presents me with on first roll, and go with that. And the old growth birch tree biomes are kind of like my second favorite, probably, after the calcite stony mountains. It's my favorite one to start it off in, because, well, you like with the calcite mountains, like you can't really start building there because it's usually too far up. Usually, I mean, sometimes you get really lucky with those, like I did in the uncertain world, where you have some green space right up in the mountains. But over here, I really like the old growth birch tree biomes, so I definitely wanted to keep this one and keep playing in it. And now that I got the world tour recorded, I can come back into this world and actually keep playing to day 200. Although I don't know how soon I'm going to be doing that, because now I'm playing in the generic world, and I'm thinking I might actually go pretty far in the generic world before proceeding in these other worlds, because I kind of want to see how far I see, just get further in the world, get to like day 500 or 600 or something, actually get to where I'm in the nether and actually have fully enchanted gear. So, because I always just get stuck in the beginning stages of the game. Well, I guess not stuck, but I don't really get beyond that until I end up starting over again. But that's it. I'm done starting over. No more not starting any more new worlds in this year. I have 11 of them. I have 11 forever worlds now, all of which I care about, all of which I want to keep playing. And I will. I'm going to keep playing, and there's eventually I'm going to get to 200 days in this world, and then I'll show you another tour of what more I end up doing in this world in that one. So that's it for now. That's all I got to show. That's all I got to tell. And thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the tour. I hope that these houses maybe they're going to inspire somebody out there. Maybe you'll like some of the ideas I presented you with. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the idea of building stuff on top of cave entrances. I really like that idea. I'm going to just always do that from now on. Because then it kind of naturally defines you. Doing it that way enables the world to organically define the build locations, and then you don't have to think about where to build stuff. It's like, well, this is where the world wants me to build stuff. It's on top of the cave entrances. So it kind of makes it kind of algorithmic. It selects the locations for you procedurally, and I really like that. All right, that's it. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up here and call it a day. Thank you guys very much for joining me today on this world tour. Thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. In the next video, I'm going to go back to the prologue world and do some more episodes of that one, and then I got 2 more worlds to show you at day 100, and then 2 more after that at day 200 and 400. I already said that. So that's it for now. That's it. There's more of this to come. If you guys like this, there's more to come. I'll have more for you later on. All right, that's all. That's all, guys. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Shadowlay, my fellows. Shadowlay.